Alright, what's up YouTube? Your boy Crypto Tone coming at ya with another video. So, Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates and hope everybody had a great one. So into the markets real quick, just wanted to touch base on everything and see where we're at. So with Tron here, weekly still looks good. However, buy signal has gone away, and that is based on the fact that we have come under this particular level here, which is around 228 here on the USD chart. So if we zoom into the 4-hour, we're going to see that we did break this kind of parabola here that was going on, and we've come under now. We're pretty much resting under this line as resistance at the moment. You know, so the question really becomes, do we continue back up? And that's the big question on everybody's mind right now. And of course, that really depends on Bitcoin. So really at the moment, there's some good signs here that I wanted to go over. You know, as you guys know, we had the 1348 cross back here at around 1.3 cents. We've since passed the 200 EMA as well. And we're coming down into this 48 EMA here. So we're also starting, you know, we're starting to pop up. We're starting to try and test this line here. So the question is going to come, you know, are we going to see higher highs here on this move? Now, before we get into Bitcoin, let's just take a look one more time at Tron here. We had a high of about almost 2.5 cents here, and we've reset since with no bearish divergence in sight. So that's a good sign, guys, right now. So potential that we can go back up is still there. We're getting a buy signal here on the 4-hour, which is good. Let's take a look at what Bitcoin's doing. So I'm looking here at Bitcoin on BITMEX, and we did get a buy signal here on this 5-minute chart, and we're pretty much testing this area right here. So we are above the 200-day moving average. We also had a 1348 cross here as well. Tough trading, definitely tough trading for the guys that are out here trading right now. But again, good sign here, guys, is that's really, you know, it's a little toppy here on the 5-minute, but 5-minute chart isn't really something that you know, is really too telling. You know, especially when you're a long-term trader, you don't really want to look too much at these shorter-term charts. But I want to see what's going on in the short term, of course. We had our top up here. We came back up. We topped out as well, and we since retested all the way down to about 3,600 bucks. And everybody's calling for the, you know, end of this bull run and whatnot. And of course, that could be possible. You know, however, we are still we still do have potential to come back up, depending on, you know, look, Christmas today is not helping it for sure. But you know, if we zoom in here on the 1-hour, we could see that we did have, you know, we can't really say this is a shoulder. We got a head. We put in another shoulder here, and we blasted through this neckline around here. So maybe we can get back up to about 3,900 or continue up. It all really just depends on what the market wants to do. So we shall see tomorrow. Are we going to see further retest on the, further downside on the Dow Jones and an inverse correlation from the Bitcoin market? So we shall see. I'm really betting on that. Now, we did have a bit of a bearish divergence here. As you can see, the price was lower than this high, and you had a higher high on the RSI. So that isn't really a great sign at the moment. However, we do have the cloud here, which we bounced off. So a bounce obviously is imminent, but the question becomes, do we get back above here? So it's going to be a lot harder for us to get back above to these levels of these 4,200-ish areas. So, you know, right now, just kind of testing the waters, seeing what's going on. You know, we have the 200 moving average here. We're under the 8 and the 13 EMA as well. We haven't gotten a bearish cross yet, but it's not looking the greatest right now. So really just testing to see what's going to happen. If we take a look at the 1-day, you know, I went over this the other day, guys. We have potential shoulder, head, and then we could put in a shoulder here. Do we stop here is the question. We are getting a buy signal here on the daily, which I just noticed, which is actually good. So potential that this could be the bottom here to come back up is possible based on this this daily action right here. We're also sitting on the 8 and the 13 EMA 8 EMA has given us the buy signal. We had a sell signal yesterday, you know, which obviously brought us down to that 3680 level or whatever it was that it hit. But the good signs here is that we had a, you know, bad sign. We had a slight bearish divergence, but not much, guys, on the daily here. The 4-hour definitely has a bit more potential to come back up. So again, we shall see, guys. Let's take a look at Bitcoin Wisdom here, see where we're at. You know, I always like to look at this chart because it gives us a good view of the, you know, the macro sense of things on the weekly. You know, as you can see here, guys, we did bounce off of the 200 MA, not the EMA. So I kind of like to look at both, but look, in this bear market, I ain't trying to pay for TradingView. So I'll look at other charts that I know could give me some information. And, you know, this has potential. It definitely has potential. But again, we shall see what happens. We shall see. I'm not putting in any trades right now because too much uncertainty until we get some kind of a bounce. So let's go ahead and refresh this, see where we're at on CoinMarketCap. As you can see, the last time I refreshed it was at $137 billion market cap. I think we made it up to about 145, 146, and we reset today down to about 124. So, you know, $20 billion coming out of the market is a lot of money, guys. But of course, Christmas. So Bitcoin Cash 182, looking like it wants to come back up. Ethereum looking good as well at 134. XRP about 39 cents. Tron holding in on that 2 cents, guys. Bitcoin SV, guys, if you held any Bitcoin Cash on Coinbase, I did contact Coinbase again. I told them they gave me a shitty answer last time, and they finally came back and said we are definitely going to be giving out Bitcoin SV to the people who held Bitcoin Cash through the fork. So if you are a Bitcoin Cash holder, just be patient, you know, on Coinbase. Just be patient. You will get your Bitcoin. Bullshit coin, which I think it is, but like I said, it's value there from Bitcoin Cash. So you could definitely count your chickens there and say, you know, if you had 2 or 3 Bitcoin Cash or whatnot, then you're definitely going to get that SV. So Ethereum Classic almost at $5, Binance Coin almost at $6, Monero $51, IOTA 34 cents, Cardano at about 4.2 cents, and Litecoin at 31.90. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to kind of update you guys on the market to see where we're at. You know, it's just again, we could dump, we can go back up. This could be the start of it. Do we see a bottom past where we hit? Again, very possible, absolutely very possible. If the fundamentals that are supposed to come out don't really drop by the time that we really needed to, like with BACT and with you know, with the ETF news and whatnot, if we don't get that news, we're probably gonna see a dump, guys. I would, you know, we can't rule that out right now. You know, it's just it is what it is. The whales are gonna do what they got to do to keep the price down, keep the price low until they know that they can pump it again. And again, the retail sentiment isn't really there comparative to what it was last year around this time. You know, it was just parabolic last year with everybody getting into Bitcoin. They thought it was going to be the future at that particular moment. Coins were pumping. Yeah, we're getting coins pumping here, but guys, we had a run of about $50 billion close to, which was a great run for the last week and a half. But at the same time, the retail buyers are just not there yet. So when do we see the Bitcoin retail buyers again? That's going to be when the FOMO starts, and you're going to start seeing people buying at 6,000, 7,000. Right now, you're just not seeing it, guys. This is all basically bot trading and people that are in the market just because they could trade for the most part. So again, let me know in the comments below what you think. Are we going to go back up now? Are we going to see a bottom? I know a lot of you guys have gotten on the comments, especially when a dump like this happens. You start seeing comments where people are like, we're going down again. And you know, it's not a time to short, in my opinion. Even if we were going to go down to 2K, I wouldn't be shorting, to be honest with you, just because it's at the point where we really can't go much lower, in my opinion. You know, just because of the fact that there's just too much good going on with the fundamentals, in my opinion. You know, but again, they're going to do what they got to do, guys. They're going to do what they got to do to get us lower so that they can buy in cheaper, and that's really all we can do. Until we're really above these EMAs again, is going to be the time when we actually see some real bullish movement here. You know, we have the RSI, which did bottom out around 28, and now it's at around 35 here on the weekly. So looking at BITMEX here is not really giving us a clear answer. So let's take a look at Bitstamp and just get a longer term view. I've been showing you this for a while, guys. As you can see, this is the second time in 3 years that we've seen a basically a bottom on the weekly. You know, we did have a bottom here back September 2014, and then it wasn't until January of 2015 where we actually saw the main bottom. That was like the master bottom there, the capitulation bottom. So, you know, a lot of people are comparing, you know, this chart to this chart. And, you know, look, the bottom is near, in my opinion. You know, if the bottom hasn't been hit yet, the bottom is near. It has to be near because we're basically at the bottom on majority of the indicators. So again, we could go back up just to come back down, retest one more time, maybe hit lower lows, get this RSI even more oversold for the next couple of months, and then maybe April, May, we start picking back up. However,